Arise, O Lord, for the ark of the covenant is risen this morning. Beloved, I thank God that you are alive, I am alive, and we are awakened this morning to take responsibility of our world. The week begins today, a new week, and we must make sure everything is on course to the end of the week so that we can come to school on Saturday and on Sunday, the school of the knowledge of God. It is not enough to just exercise yourself every day in religious activities. It's not enough. So we therefore need people to get the accurate knowledge. So far, the knowledge religion has impacted is not accurate. It's not right. It's not what it's supposed to be. That is why we invite you to come to the school of the knowledge of God, where in-depth knowledge is granted, where knowledge that is totally different from religion is granted people, where people will perfectly know why they exist. You know, religion has never talked about why we exist. They said we were created to worship God. How? No, that's not true. That is not true. The worship word Jesus used does not mean Adonai singing and pray. No. That word worship means submit. Submit to what? The responsibility that is there for you. Submit to the reason why you were created. What was that reason? To have dominion. To be in charge of this world. To be the managers of God's world. Because we collapsed, we failed. We allowed ourselves to be deceived by the devil. And that is Adam, our great-great-great-great-grandfather. That is what has affected us. And we also failed the second time. Human beings, we have disgraced God. We have really disappointed God. After failing in the first time in the Garden of Eden, we had the second failing 2025 years ago, when Jesus judged and cast out the devil, and which meant vacancy has come. There was a vacuum which needed our occupation, but we failed again the second time. You can see that this time the failure is a high-level failure, in the sense that the first failure, we owned the office, we were in charge of the place, and we were deceived to hand over to some criminal, the devil. But this time around, this one who deceived us was judged and cast out. John 12:31. And we were to know and to understand that we need to occupy, we need to take over, we need to occupy the vacuum. But we failed again, this time, big time. The question is, why did we fail the second time again? We failed because the disciples that were chosen did not have the level of understanding to understand the concept of the kingdom that their master was talking about. For that matter, he asked them several times. You know why he was asking them so many times? It is because he knows that they don't understand him. That is why he was asking, so that their responsibility was to say, yes, we don't understand. Explain to us, teach us more. Take your time, master. But anytime he asked them, do you understand? They said, yes, they understood. See human behavior? still behaving like Adam and Eve. We are not developing. We are not growing. Yes, we understand, whereas they don't. And the moment they say yes, they lock up their master, the Lord, not to say, no, you are lying. No. The Lord respects man. Why? He created you in his own image. His image does not disrespect people. That is why even when man collapsed and God came to the garden, he still acted and behaved as if nothing has happened. Why? He respects man. He was waiting to see man tell him what has happened. That is dignity, honor God gave to man. And that shows how a wonderful Father, a wonderful God he is. But still, after falling, we have still remained in our state of falling. That is why religion has caught up with us. I just rose out of my falling 11 years ago. And I am taking the responsibility to make noise, to draw the attention of my other colleagues, humans, my fellow humans all over the world, that it is time to wake up from our falling. It is time to rise up from our failure. Because it has been 2025 years now. And scripture says, when a man falls, shall he not rise again? So we are responsible to rise again. What are we rising again from? Rising again from a low level of knowledge and thinking to a higher level of knowledge and thinking. So scripture says, abandon the elementary teachings of Christ. Go on to perfection. That's what the Bible says in the book of Hebrews. Abandon means move away, grow from the low level of thinking to a higher grade level of thinking. That is why the concept of the kingdom is the highest level of thinking that God has for man to discover.